Yeah. No, those things spiral out of control so quickly. But here we go. Game 2. PandaTank versus Shase. Protoss versus Protoss. The PolarfluKe all-in finals. And we're on Metalopolis.
We are. This is game 2 in the series. And we'll see if we can get PandaTank equalising now with a 1-1 victory perhaps. The map's somewhat similar in terms of layout and size to Lost Temple. And once again, we have cross positions. We have Shase at the bottom, at the southern position, and we have PandaTank at the northern position on the map.
Yeah, and you know, you say the map is similar, and yes, it definitely is. But I think this map, sort of more than the other one, lends itself a little bit more to that cannon rush that he was going to try. There's a little bit more space behind the mineral line, but I don't know, I suppose Shase doesn't want to try anything really crazy, and I see that his probe hasn't left his base yet, so that makes me a little bit sad, but at the same time that does mean we're probably going to see a good game right now.
Yeah. First pylon going down for Shase and immediately sending out a scout, and you can see it on the screen. Exactly the same done for PandaTank.
Yeah. These guys want to be extra careful, extra super ultra careful actually, because as you said, there's a huge amount of money at stake here. 700 Rand for the winner and 300 Rand for the second place guy, so there's a big difference there, more than double the amount of prize money. So these guys want to make sure they know exactly what's going on, and you'll be able to tell all our
mygaming.co.za as well. They've put that prize money up, so go and visit their site. It's actually really interesting. I've had a quick look myself. I'm not even from South Africa, so you should definitely go and check that out.
mygaming.co.za, there you have it. And as myself and Siege always say, one of the extra little things that you have to keep in mind always is that scouting is the most important thing in StarCraft. You know, it's like an extra resource. That's what we keep saying.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Unless you know what's going on, how can you possibly react to it and make sure you've got an edge over your opponent?
Yeah.
You have to be able to counter, and I hate using the word counter in terms of units, but in terms of strategies, it's a valid word. You have to be able to counter what he's doing. And I don't mean, oh, well, he's gone, like, I don't know, Banshees, therefore I must get Phoenixes, because Phoenix counter Banshees. Well, of course, Banshees can't shoot up. However, if he's going for an air strategy, you need to make sure you've got units that can shoot up to deal with it. So the strategy is important, and you will not find that out unless you scout. Might see a pylon death here, though, to a probe. This is interesting.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that these players try to do. He's going to try pull one or two of Shase's probes off the mineral line. Shase is going to have to oblige if he doesn't get a unit out of his gateway soon.
Interesting though, Shase has changed his strategy. He's not getting 2 gate and then core. He's got cyber core down straight after his first gateway.
And that might have just been because of the spawns. Because he saw the gateway and the cyber core in PandaTank's base, he decided to hold back on that gateway. But Shase did in fact steal PandaTank's gas.
Yeah, I see the orange dot on my minimap. The gas assimilator is just warping in on top of the guys there. Cyber core is just finishing as well for both players, and warp technology is instantly started as well. He
decides to chrono boost a Zealot out. That is a very interesting choice.
It is. Sorry, well, PandaTank is chrono boosting out a Stalker.
Shase did, yeah. Sorry, Shase got that.
And I don't get why right now. I mean, unless he's thinking there might be some sort of proxy stuff going on, there's no reason why he'd have that Zealot at all.
Yeah, so Shase still has a bit of good scouting on his opponent's base. He can see that PandaTank's combative units are in fact there and attacking that assimilator. So, in essence, I think that sort of makes up for the fact that he wasted 75 minerals there.
I see a Twilight Council going down. It's hidden at the back of the mineral line, right at the northernmost point of PandaTank's base. So we might be seeing some interesting Blink Stalkers coming out here.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was saying before. But look at this. Wow, Shase doing something even more interesting here. We got a 2-gate Robo coming out for him. And as I was saying, that Blink Stalker thing was really big in South Africa a few tournaments back. All the Protoss players were doing it in Protoss versus Protoss, and you can really catch someone off guard with that.
Yeah, you can. I mean, if they don't know you've got Blink, and suddenly you're in their base, you just got to say, like, you got Blunk.
Yeah.
And it is devastating as well. When it happens, just like, oh no.
Yeah, it's
you
really
circumnavigate the force fields from sentries and everything.
It really is. It's a game changer. And well, PandaTank seems to be on form at the moment. 3rd gateway going down at exactly the right time. His warp gate research is about to finish, so it'll be interesting to see. I think if Shase gets that immortal out first, which he is in fact doing, there it comes. He will be in a good position to stop whichever sort of attack PandaTank chooses.
He will. Having the Blink Stalkers is going to make the Immortal a little less useful, though, because generally what we'll do is you'll take the Immortal and he'll sit at the back behind a bunch of Zealots, so it makes it even harder for your opponent to pick it off. With Blink, you can avoid the Zealots, get right in there, and take them all like relatively quickly. And that's the thing, it will still do a lot of damage, but if you can get rid of that, you can use your increased mobility to get away from your opponent, and that's what you're going to need to do.
What's happening here is, in fact, I mean, PandaTank is trying to counter what Shase did in the previous game, and he's actually doing it right now, because he knew Shase was trying to. Shase kept him out of his base for so long with those force fields. Shase is going to try to do that again here, but if you look at that Twilight Council, I'm pretty sure he's got the blink out already, hasn't he? Yeah, that's it.
He has, yeah.
He does. So those force fields are not going to mean much, but he'll be blinking straight into an Immortal. So let's see if Shase can hold this off. It's going to be interesting, and it's going to be close.
Here comes the Robo Bay as well, so we're going to be seeing Colossi very, very shortly. There's the Zealots that got the opinion on the high ground, and they're in right away. Look at the target firing that Immortal, and it's going down so fast. But more Zealots being walked in just to stop the Stalkers. They have to keep moving now. Force Field's trying to cut them off, but they can blink out of the base.
Wow.
So nice maneuverability there. Just got one in mid-blink, actually, so really nice hold off by Shase.
I don't even know how Shase did that, because that was a lot of Stalkers. That
just
really was a lot.
The Immortal. That was the only thing. The Zealots managed to focus down the Stalkers while the Stalkers are having to go at the Immortal. We've got our own Twilight Council from Shase now coming in, and an expansion going down while the attack was going on for PandaTank.
Yeah, very, very well played by Shase there. I seriously didn't expect him to hold that off, and he did. So Shase actually in a pretty commanding position right now. I think if PandaTank gets a couple more units out, he's probably going to try make a jump into Shase's base and have another look around. But we have to keep in mind that PandaTank doesn't have sight up onto that ramp.
No, and I think he's doing the wise thing here by pulling back. He's just had another Immortal come out by Shase, so clearly PandaTank knows that there is an Immortal there. Shase has got his Observer out, so you can see exactly what is going on, and we've got just a random probe trying to block some sort of expansion build from Shase.
I do see a Dark Shrine though, yeah,
I've just seen that myself. No Robo, no detection whatsoever. We've just got two more gateways going down. We've got 5 gateways on the 2 bases.
This just tells me that Shase is sort of reading into this a lot. He thinks to himself, okay, because he went Twilight Council and Blink, the chances are slim that he's got a Robo as well. So wow, this just tells you that it just shows you how much Shase is thinking into this and how well versed he must be in these Protoss vs Protoss games.
Indeed, the only way you can get knowledge like that is through experience and knowing. Well, hang on, I know that Protoss is only capable of doing this, this, and this. Therefore, he cannot have that, that, or that. And that really shows here. And here it comes. We've got a Force now moving out from Shase. He got the Robo Bay, but he's not getting Colossal. In fact, did he cancel it? I think he did.
He did.
Cancel the Robo Bay.
He's committing to the Dark Shrine now. Yeah.
And expansion of his own going down there.
It's
I mean, detection
really. You think about it, those Dark Templars are going to do some serious damage because their damage output is just so high, and there's not a single bit of detection out for PandaTank. No Forge, no Robotics Bay.
It'll take him ages as well. Once he sees the Dark Templar, he's going to immediately scramble and get a Forge and or Robotics Bay. A Forge would be better; it'd be slightly quicker, but he's already going to take an absolute battery. His mineral line is going to get decimated.
I'm watching those 2 Dark Templars going. I'm not sure if it's a good idea for Shase to actually move them in right now, because the jig is up and PandaTank's going to have to do something right now.
I thought he was splitting them up. He is splitting them up. He had a bit of sort of odd position there, but you see the one in the mineral line is natural. It's already got 3 kills. The one in his main is already on 3 as well.
Oh my goodness!
He just started the Robo Bay as well to try and counter this, but there's just nothing he can do.
No.
All those probes are going to die, and that will be the end of it.
And
he's now
funny enough,
the army.
Oh my goodness, there's a GG. Okay, that's the sign of another experienced player. He knows that he's not going to be able to counter that in time. Funny enough, I was going to say that right now. I'm pretty in shock that he didn't actually pull those probes off the mineral line and just run them around a bit. Maybe I don't know. He probably knew it was over at that point.